Congratulations, everyone, for being a part of this game. This is wonderful. And for one of you two, Kyle and Sam, you will be earning the title of Sole Survivor and the $100 prize. Are you ready for the votes? All righty. First vote. Kyle. Next vote. Sam. Kyle. There are 2 votes Kyle, 1 vote Sam. Kyle. We have 3 votes Kyle, 1 vote Sam. The winner of Survivor I'm going to present this to you live. Congratulations. So Kyle, you are our first winner. What do you got to say?
I just didn't expect that at all, honestly. Like, I thought it was gonna be 4-3 Sam. Like, I never thought anyone from the other tribe would vote. And especially only him getting 1 vote is crazy. Like, yeah, I'd never like I never would have believed he told me that was a vote count before I came in.
So Sam, what were you expecting from the vote?
I have no idea. I literally didn't think anything. When coming into this, like postseason, after thinking, I had a feeling I lost, and just a vibe feeling as well. Just that I had lost this game, and I had a lot of time to kind of come to terms with that at this point. The funny thing is, like, winning and losing wasn't even eating at me. It was the anticipation. But yeah, I have no regrets. Like, I played the game I wanted to play, and I'm happy to be here. You know?
You definitely deserve to win.
Yeah. I would do it all over again.
So if you were to do it all over again, would you change anything?
Oh, well, yeah. 100%. What
would you change?
Okay, well, first
what do
off,
you think would have gotten you the win?
Social game. Yeah. No, my social, because the thing is, I have trust issues that run back from middle school, that I really don't have an easy time trusting people, so I tend to not open up. And I think something Kyle did better than me is that he kind of had that personal connection that I didn't really have. Because I will say I definitely played up some stuff for the camera. Most of the stuff that I played up for the camera was genuinely trying to do strategy. Pretty much every time I stood up at Tribal, just to clarify this for everyone, was me trying to get a read on everyone's face and whether I should play or not. Like, yeah, but I don't know what to say. Like, I wish I won the game, but it's not my choice to win. It's not my choice to lose. Or, well, I mean, yeah, it's not my choice for the jury on who they vote to win. I came into this game just honestly, I wanted to win. That was one of my goals, but my biggest goal was to meet a bunch of people, meet new friends, and have a good time. And I want to say I did that, you know? And so I can't be more upset. And something I told Kyle, like, right after the game is, if I'm losing to someone, I'm glad it's him, because, yeah.
Yeah, and
I don't have much to say.
I think you make a good point. One thing that I didn't even expect going into making this game was just how close everyone got. There was such a social bond when you really just stuck with people for 3 days. It's just everyone just got along, especially when you're on the jury and not in the game anymore. You started to be like, oh, you know, you're actually a cool person. I don't have anything against you anymore. So that was a really cool thing to watch personally for me throughout this experience. Kyle, I want to ask you, so you have this secret alliance with Sam the whole time. Do you think that's what got you to the end and got you the win?
I mean, obviously, I don't want to sound cocky, but I think I could have done it. Like, I came in with a strategy, and that strategy I did, like, kind of played out perfectly. And, you know, having Sam obviously helped, but I would have done the same strategy either. And
So
obviously,
you would have won either way.
maybe. I mean, there's definitely a lot of luck involved. Like, Like coming down to whoever won the steal vote just determines which tribe gets the majority. I mean,
That was huge.
There's definitely just a lot of luck in the game.
I'll be.
And I definitely benefited a lot from luck. So.
Yep, that was a challenge that going back over it, probably not going to do that again because it was a popularity contest really for the challenge, but then the more popular tribe just gets to steal the vote. So Sam, I want to do a little experiment here.
Yeah, that's fine.
You won the final immunity challenge.
Yeah.
So had you brought Will instead of Kyle,
I'm losing.
let's say Kyle's on the jury, who would have voted for Will?
Yeah. I'm not stupid. I'll be honest. I played up the I don't know which way I'm going for the camera. He was winning. Like I knew this going in.
Mm-hmm. So Kyle, you wouldn't have voted for Will?
Yeah, I would have voted for Sam.
Really?
Because of how we work together.
Interesting.
I mean, nothing against you, Will.
Yeah.
Right.
And I know the vote was Kyle, Sam, and if it was Will, Sam, it looks like everyone would have voted the exact same except Lewis. So what made you choose Will over Kyle?
Sorry, what was the question?
You just said you'd vote for Will, right? But
Yes.
you were the only vote for Sam.
Yes.
So why Will over Sam? What would that decision have changed in your head?
I panicked because everyone raised their hands.
That's fair.
I would still vote for Sam, actually.
Yay! Okay, so you would have gotten 2 votes. So maybe that would have been the
Still
better
wouldn't have won, but
decision.
it didn't matter. Like, I'll be honest, playing from the bottom at the entire time, I was fully expected to be on that jury. Something that I kind of messed up on a lot is I didn't think there was a chance in hell for me to get to the end. Because going on that immunity run and having the second idol, like as soon as I played the idol final 7, I'm like, oh, I'm screwed. I'm gonna get 6th, and I'm okay with that. And so I a little bit socially was checked out because I was so down in the dumps that it probably came off a bit as just like, I don't know. I can't explain why I didn't get votes to win. I can't explain that, but
it's all up in everyone's
it's up
hands,
in everyone's
right?
hands, and
Yep.
yeah.
All right.
And for those watching at home who are rooting for me, do not flame these guys. I swear. Like,
No, bring it.
They had a very important.
Come on.
We will fight you. All right, but we did do one thing with the winner, and so we decided to give one person. I tried to choose the least biased person because there's a lot of friends in the audience to write down who she thought would get the win. And so you have the vote in your hand. Would you like to show the camera?
yeah.
So Nikki thought that you were going to win.
That's 2 votes for you now. Let's go.
Anyways, I thought that was a cute thing because Will, I want to ask you a question. So one of the great things of this game was the bond that I saw between you and Jameson.
Yeah.
Has that sprouted into anything after the game?
Oh my god! Me, Jameson, and Lee have all hung out a couple times. We've gone out a couple times, so it's all been fun. Yeah, we're really close though.
Yeah.
Jameson, do you have anything to say on that?
Yeah, I don't know. We're close. It's fun. I wasn't gonna vote him out, so I thought after the game we talked, and he was like, "Yeah, we never made a final 2." I was like, "What?"
Because
Yeah.
I was texting him. I was like, I feel like we had a Shan Ricard type relationship where we were really close, but we understood that each other were really good and that we were gonna take each other out at some point. But that was my mind.
And I'm in my confessional he can beat me.
Yeah.
I'll go to the end.
Okay, so it's a completely different relationship between you two.
I
Okay.
know,
same
I know.
page.
And also, Kyle did a really good job of making me nervous that Jameson was going to take Kyle to the end over me, which I truly thought was going to happen because I had my doubts. I was like, I think Jameson has a better chance of beating Kyle than me, even though he would probably maybe beat both of us. But I thought he was going to take the less riskier option and take Kyle to the end and beat Kyle over me. But
You shake your head. You don't think you would have beat Kyle?
No, I don't think I would have brought Kyle.
Oh, you wouldn't have brought Kyle. You would have brought Will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
so I know that's what makes it so
Yes.
It's so much worse. It's not I was like, I don't think he's gonna bring me to the end. Kyle's right. Jameson's gonna bring him to the end, and I also So.
Damn.
So, Jameson, do you think
Yeah.
you were doomed from those individual immunity wins, or do you think there was something different that you could have done near the end to better put yourself in a better position?
I don't know. I don't know, because it felt like the immunities that I won, like Final 6, I basically had to beat it to get it out of Jacob's hands because no one else between me, Kyle, and Will wasn't even close to winning that challenge. So I was like, okay.
I mean, I heard from Jacob it was like a letter difference,
Yeah.
right? Like, that
So
was very important.
I was like
for
forced
you.
into
Not-
that
I thought it was
one.
bad for him.
And in Final 5, I was not giving up that immunity because of that mess.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was kind of forced into that, and then yeah, I did feel like I was forced to basically win every immunity at that point, which is like not fun. But I don't know. I think I had a chance if Will won that last immunity. So I'm not too upset with how I positioned myself in terms of threat level because I managed to keep it more on Sam than me. It was just, yeah, didn't work out.
So, Lee, hello. I have heard from so many people that have watched this game that you are everyone's favorite. You are the most funny. You're the most funny person anyone ever seen. So does it my question to you, does it come naturally? Or were you putting on something for the game?
No, this is who I am.
Okay.
And I was gonna try and not be myself, and then I realized I was so hungry and tired that I couldn't keep it in. And so I want to go on Real Survivor, and I was concerned that if I go on Real Survivor and I'm myself, people are gonna hate me because I'm with myself all the time. I find myself very annoying. But for some reason, these people like me. And the people at home, hi America, they love me. And that's what this is about, TV ratings.
Sorry, guys. Do you get that a lot, that people think you are funny?
Yeah. That's it. That's all I have.
Yeah, it's awesome. That's awesome. Jacob, one of the things too, you said multiple times in the episodes that you wanted to keep Lee. That you were like, Lee is the Lee.
You were
Like,
JT.
I'll go for anyone but Lee. No. But you also said that Lee reminded you of your cousin. So what about your cousin? Does Lee remind you of?
So I have one cousin here, but she is not that cousin. The other one couldn't be here. I actually didn't even ask her. Sorry, Taylor. They are just almost the exact same person. They have the exact same nose. The mannerisms are the same. They have the same sense of humor. And whenever I saw Lee, whenever we first walked up, I was like, gosh, she reminds me so much of Taylor. And then they were, making the same jokes. And I was like, they are the exact same person. And it was just an automatic bond that I felt like we had.
You were JTing me, but other than that,
Yeah. So, and at that point, I knew that they were not going to be a physical threat. And I knew that I was going to be that person. So I was like, hey, why not we keep someone around that's going to be great entertainment? And didn't work out.
What do you mean? I literally can run a 3-minute mile.
Hey.
I set a world record.
Yeah.
Google it.
So, Alex, one of the interesting things, and I mean, this was never said on camera, but we were originally scheduled last weekend of September, and we got hurricaned out, so we had to reschedule the game. 9 of these 10 were original castaways in our game, but Alex was the only one that auditioned after the fact.
Oh my God, really?
And I just wanted to ask, because you also told me after the game was done, you were like, I didn't think that I was going to get chosen, like based off my audition video. Like, what drove you to audition?
Looked like fun, honestly. I mean, I don't know. I liked it. I watched it a couple times with family. I was like, hey, this seems nice. I saw a poster. I was, hey, this seems nice. I mean, like, I'm getting emails. I'm like, oh, wait, they're emailing me? They got pushed back? Hey, this seems nice. I'm like, wait, I have a free weekend. Hey, this seems nice. And then, you know what? I got in from doing, I was like, my audition was literally, I was like, okay, guys, I was in a Discord call with like some of my friends, like, all right, guys, I think I'm just going to audition right now. I'm going to turn on my camera real quick. And then I just got on, like, them yelling in my ear the whole time. I'm like, hey, I'm Alex. Hey, this seems nice. And then I got on.
Awesome story. I do want to mention, since we are on the topic of auditions, there are going to be auditions for season 2. If you think you have what it takes to be on this show, like these 10 over here, then you can audition right now. Link should be in the bio of whatever you're watching this on. And there's a form. And one thing, well, it should be on the bio of the other episodes. But one thing I did want to mention, and none of these castaways actually know about it, is we're doing a little competition. So we have added a field on the audition form that says, who recommended you? And it has a list of everyone sitting here's name. So the top 2 people who get the most people to audition and refer them on the audition form will be able to play again in season 2.
Easy claps. I've been already telling people about this. No.
Yes.
That's really mean.
This guy runs a
Don't go
Survivor
here
Org.
anymore.
This guy runs a Survivor Org.
I'm just saying, you just got to get people to audition. That's all I'm
I
asking.
might not even accept it. I might just give it to someone else.
Yes, Lewis.
I recommend all of you.
Oh yeah, if you're watching this right
So
now
Lewis
and you're at
I already
NCSA,
called it.
no, put my name down. But
Don't
also
put my name
no,
down.
give me
I
my
don't
name.
even go here anymore.
If you guys want someone who, frankly, would be a huge threat going in, it could be hi. I'm
But
not
there is one interesting thing about this is if you don't know any of them, you still have the choice to put one of them. So you can also put your favorite. So it is all dependent on.
Hey Jake, if you don't know any of them, put Jake down.
Oh my
You
God.
can do that. Anyways, but on that topic, one thing that can happen in this game, and one thing you have to consider when you're auditioning, and something that everyone said at the very beginning, I don't want this to happen to me. Being the first one voted out, Jake. So unfortunately, you were in that position, and I know it sucks, but 2 things. First, what did you get out of your experience on the show?
I think in the very little time that I was on the show, something that sort of I came to accept was just moving on very quickly. Because I got sent home. Everyone else spent the whole weekend out there, and I had to kind of come to terms with the fact, like, I really wanted to do well. I really wanted to at least make jury, which apparently wasn't as hard as I thought it was. And so I just kind of had to accept what happened. If I get another shot, that'd be awesome. But I had to learn to live with it.
And second, so you got voted out at the end of the first episode, but I mean, you were here for the finale, so you at least watched the finale. How was your experience watching the game from the point of view of I mean, I know some of these people because I was in the alliance with them.
Yes, so
A tribe with them, whatever.
Admittedly, I didn't watch all of every episode. I kind of skimmed through them. The second episode, I skimmed to where you announced that I was the one voted out. And I appreciated, I think it was Lee said, "Oh no, the guy with the hair." And I got a kick out of that. But mostly I was skipping to the end, seeing that final confessional, see who was voted out. And I was impressed with the rest of my tribe who all made it very far. So I was at least proud of Zebulon for keeping it going.
Yep. I mean, you look at the final 5 here. I mean, 3 are Zebulon. So I mean, they did it. They did it.
Stop it.
And I gotta say,
Keep way strong.
for as great as I did at this game, I am proud of myself. The one person the entire time that I ever tried to target won. So at least I had some read on things.
It is good if you are going to lose. At least you can lose to the winner. On that note, you watched it from behind the scenes, but Lewis, as you mentioned, you got to see every single tribal council after you were voted out. Share more about that experience.
Oh man, seeing everybody get voted out. In some ways, my experience worse than Jake's in some way. I'm just kidding. Vote for Jake, by the way, for recommendation. It was really interesting because I never even met anyone on Zebulon except for before the game briefly, and so my only information on people on the people on Zebulon was people that had just gotten voted out by them. So I'm seeing this game. I'm like, oh, they seem to be getting along. Someone gets voted out. They're like, I hate everybody there. I'm gonna kill it. I was like, okay, cool. So it was so much hate. I was basically a therapist for the people on jury, bro. People get voted out. I was like, it's okay, bro. It's okay. Yeah.
That's awesome. I wanted to go a little bit away from that and ask Kyle and Lee. you had a feud during this. What is the status of the feud, and was it something that you carried on past the game?
Kyle is actually going to be the best man at my wedding. I don't know when I'm going to be here. Depends how the club goes tonight.
The funny part is that the plan to vote Lee wasn't even mine.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
No, and I was so.
five
No,
votes.
and it was you guys. And it was fine.
Like, they just told
No,
me, like,
watching that
they're just told me,
episode, I
put
was
one
so
on me.
mad because I know where
Well,
you sit
what's
now.
funny is I said that because I thought I told you to steal the vote from Sam because I thought he would hold a grudge in this. Obviously, I didn't know you guys knew each other.
I'll be
But
honest.
one second. That I knew you were gonna hold a grudge, and then I said put one vote on Lee because I thought you would also hold a grudge in this.
Yeah, I did.
So I was like, let's see if I could get anyone mad at Kyle. But I don't know.
I want to say something.
It did work. Are you kidding me?
I want to say something funny about that. So, when we were talking and he was going to play, I'm like, I literally told him to play it on me.
Oh,
Like,
really?
I literally told him
Yeah.
to play it on me because I knew that for his game, because I was helping him out as a friend. Like for his game, I wouldn't hold a grudge against him where anyone else could. In hindsight, probably really stupid because he just won. But you know,
So Kyle and Lee, you're all good now.
Yeah.
Kyle
Even
literally does not care about me.
So it was really just you were
Yeah, no,
against
I
Kyle.
was so
Kyle-
bored out there. Okay, there was nothing going on, and I was so excited because there was like a duck in the pond, but it was fake, and so there really wasn't anything to do because I was gonna catch it. But
Oh, shoot. Wasted. Dang it. All right, Andres, I wanted to ask you a question. So I think, for me, honestly, one of the most iconic moments in this show that you did, we just watched, and that was your poem of the alteration of Dr. Seuss's Green Eggs and Ham. So two things. What inspired your artistry? And are you all good with Sam now?
What inspired it? I don't know. Well, his name's Sam. I think that was the biggest motivator. But I think in the moment of that weekend, I feel like I was just really entrenched in the game. And then so when I was voted off, I did have a lot of feelings. And then I think throughout that weekend, my emotions were very high. So I just needed to express that in one way or another. But I think now there's no hard feelings on my end. And Sam's really great.
No, I'm 100%. We're good. Like as soon as the season ended, we
gave him
we
that
talked.
black eye, but-
We for those wondering, by the way, I fell off a scooter. That's why I have a black eye.
you shouldn't confess that.
But no, but for real though, like, yeah, no, me and Andres like made up immediately after. Like, because I went up to him like, dude, what? You're so stupid. What the heck? Like, but
I just get bored.
yeah.
And
And when you're out there, it's so much different. So I've done
it's
so
so
many.
cold. We were.
It was
freezing.
so
It's
cold.
It's so cold.
Especially when you're
Again.
playing online versus in person, it's so much more different. Like online, I will flip on anyone in a minute. Like, but for out here, I literally was like, I can't do it. Ah.
Yes. So I wanted to take a little brief intermission from talking to the castaways and do a shout out. Nikki, would you come help me, please? Can you hold the camera for me?
Yes.
Because I wanted to make a shout out to our two brilliant camera people. Believe it or not, this season was completely filmed by here. You can stand next to Sam. These two were completely filmed by these two people, and I just want to make a great shout out to them. And I wanted to ask you two, so what was your experience with the game, and would you recommend it to someone else?
I was cold a lot. I was really cold. No, but it was fun. Honestly, in a part of way, I kind of felt like I was part of the castaways out there because I got to know everybody, but I felt like I had the best seat in the game because I knew what everyone was thinking. So, but it was really hard to see everybody go because you get a personal attachment to them, and you just kind of know who they are, and it's just yeah. But it was fun, and I said that they didn't show up, but I said at the end I was like, I did this for free, but I would do it for free again. So yeah.
Yeah, I think I pretty much echo that sentiment. You do really feel like you're a part of the game. We were, just as cold. Didn't eat at all during most of the tribes, which probably was a bad idea, honestly.
Because they could eat. There was nothing saying they couldn't eat.
But yeah, no, having the two people really made it kind of It was very time constraining, but it was super fun. And yeah, you really feel like you're a part of the game. Like you kind of root for people, but like you're also kind of just rooting for everyone because it's like, oh yeah, there's the Jacob is about to be blindsided, and it's like, oh, that's good TV. Like I kind of hope that happens just because it'll be interesting. But on the same side, it's like, but I don't want Jacob to leave. I've been watching him this whole game. I've been filming him, and I'm very entrenched in everybody's game. It's an emotional roller coaster, but I definitely would recommend.
I remember at the end of like each like day, I'd be like, damn.
It was tough.
Like damn. Oh my
Some of
God.
those vote outs were definitely filming the host interviews. Oh, they weren't easy.
Yeah, and I could say being there as well, it was very sad to see them leave. I don't remember who it was, but I told one of these castmates, I was like, it's so sad when you leave. And they were like, yeah, now what do you think it's like for us? So yeah, but thank you so much for everything you did for this. It was amazing. I do want to say, if you are interested in helping on the production crew, we are very, very, very open for the help. I know some of these survivors over here have offered to help, and we will definitely take advantage of that. So, but it's definitely some key things. You have something to show people. You're like, I filmed this. Like I was a part of this project. You also have an amazing bird's eye experience. You get to see everything that's happening more than you can see in the episodes because we have to cut a lot. You don't even know. Even though it was a 3-day weekend, there was a lot of stuff we had to cut, a lot of funny moments, and you get to experience that just first person. Like you're in the Survivor. So I think it's a very good opportunity. Email survivorncsu@gmail.com if you're interested, and we will get back with you. Let's go back to the castmates. All right, Jacob. You had very funny reactions and comments, and especially when you were on the jury, you made very funny things. What was your experience playing this game?
I had a lot of fun. I will say, I told everyone else going to say this, so I'm not being mean. I think they're all cowards and losers for voting me off, especially Zebulon. Y'all were all dead to me. I'm kidding. It was the most fun I've ever had. Also, a huge ego trip to have almost every episode someone's like, Jacob is so good. The game, I was like, oh, thanks, because I'm watching. I'm like, I am the most unattractive and annoying person ever. Why am I watching this? Not really, but so it's absolutely, And I will say, anyone that plans on putting me, if there's any out there, don't put me. I had my time in the game. Put Jake. He deserves to be back. Yeah. Production did him so dirty. And I made it a personal mission to make sure that they heard it every chance that they got. But so much fun. Recommend doing it again.
All right, and that double tribal council with Lee was one of the most iconic moments. What, I heard that you were the one who proposed, can we do a double tribal council? Sorry, double confessional. Yeah, I can't get my words today. But yeah, but what inspired you to do that?
So it was already my draw with Lee, and the real video doesn't really show it, but Lee and I are getting back, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're taking our time. We look up, everyone's in the woods looking for the idol. I'm like, what is going on? Like, Lee, we gotta go. And they're like, no,
I knew it had been found.
They didn't want to even go, and then they get out. I think it's Kyle outside of the woods. They found it, and I'm like, who? And Sam and I go, we're going right now. I grabbed Lee up there, and I'm like, we're doing this, and the two funniest people, or in my mind, the two funniest people, are the quickest witted people. You get them together, it's going to be really good television. So why not do it?
Awesome. We're getting to the end here. Sam, I wanted to ask you about your Discord. You mentioned it on the episode.
Oh, yeah, I know.
If you wanted to talk about it just briefly, what do you do in this Discord?
I don't want to. Okay, I'll just explain a little quick because I haven't been having time to do it as much because school is a thing. Yeah, but I do. If you know what Minecraft is and you know what Survivor or Big Brother or the challenge is, I basically take both of those together, put it with Discord. Yeah, it's a good community. There's 400 or something people, which is awesome. I can put a link. I can send you guys a link if you want to put it somewhere. But I turned my camera on. Great. I will say I've had people talking about it in this entire season. I was checking it just now to be see people's reaction to who won and crap. And making sure people weren't flaming Kyle because I didn't like that. But yeah, just it's one of those things where I've done it online for so long, and finally getting to do it in person was just one of the best things. Like even the fact that I lost, I don't care. Like it's great.
Yeah, and I got to see firsthand. There were so many people rooting for Sam in this Discord chat. It was pretty awesome to see.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to mention as we close up our show, more specifically, the auditions are going to be open until February 12th, which is Sunday at 11:59. Get in the audition by then. All you need is a 3-minute or max 3-minute video. If you want to send it shorter, that's amazing. And the game will be March 3rd through 5th. So the only things you need are, I guess, 3 things. 1, get your audition, your 3-minute video in before February 12th. You got to be fully available March 3rd at 1 p.m. to March 5th at 9:30 p.m. And you need to write one of these people's names down because you got to give them a chance to play again. Remember, top 2 will be able to play in season 2. All right, and one more thing before we close, I just wanted to go through and ask everyone in one word, either describe your game or describe your experience. We'll start with Jake.
Failure.
He had that shotgun.
Awesome.
Dramatic.
Scary.
Family.
Oh.
Goofy.
It's cute.
Emotional.
I'm just gonna repeat it. Determination again, but a lot.
Yeah.
I'd say it was unimaginable.
And I think that is a great word to close this out. Remember, auditions for season 2 are open February 12th. Get them in. This game is going to be March 3rd through 5th. Thank you, everyone. We had an amazing time. Thank you so much.
Let's hear from Kyle one more time.